y'all, I'm Mckinney, and today's recipe is some baked sweet potato fries. Now, I love sweet potatoes. These are one of my favorite vegetables. They might be my favorite vegetable. You can do so much with them. They're healthy, they're good for you, and I just love sweet potatoes. So this is one of my go-to side dishes that we absolutely love. I make it all the time. It's really quick. And the first thing you're gonna do is get your sweet potatoes cut into just fry-sized pieces, just about like that. They don't have to all be perfect, but you do want them to all be generally the same size. That way they'll cook evenly. So I'm just cutting these up, and you gotta have a sharp knife for this, because if you don't, then you probably won't enjoy making sweet potato fries that much, or give somebody else the job of cutting. But you just want to get them cut up into fry-sized pieces. Okay, so I've got all of my sweet potato fries onto my large baking dish. Now I'm just going to mix together the seasonings. Now the seasonings are what makes these so good. The first thing I have is a half of a tablespoon of brown sugar, kind of my secret ingredient in this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a pinch of ground red pepper, cayenne pepper. Just going to get a little dash of it, probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon. So just kind of put a little bit in there just for a little heat. I'm also going to do half a teaspoon of ground paprika. It's a nice smoky flavor of paprika. Goes really well with the sweet potatoes. And then I'm going to get some cinnamon, half a teaspoon of cinnamon right in here. I love the warmth that the cinnamon provides, and it's kind of nice because you can do the cinnamon, but I'm still going to use ingredients like paprika and chili powder, so they go together really well. Then I'm going to do 1 full tablespoon of chili powder in here. Alright, then I've got some fresh ground pepper. And then I'm going to do a half of a teaspoon of salt. Alright, mix this up with my little, oh, got a little on the plate, that's okay, they're all going in the same place. I like to go ahead and get the spices mixed up, and that way whenever you put it on the sweet potatoes, everything's just going to be even. You're not going to have a whole bunch of paprika on one side and a whole bunch of cinnamon on another. They're all just going to be even. Now the next step is just to get about 1.5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. I'm just going to drizzle that all over the potatoes. And then the fun part, we're going to get the seasonings. Just put them right onto that baking dish. And then you have to use your hands. This is the easiest way to get these all coated with all the mixture of seasonings, is just to use those hands, make sure everything's coated with the oil. They already smell good. They're not even baked yet. These are so delicious. I know that you guys are gonna like these. Okay, so it takes 2 seconds. I'm gonna wash my hands, but I already have my oven preheated to 425. So I'm gonna put these in there for about 10 minutes, and then I'll toss them around and we'll get them in the oven for a few minutes more. Okay, the potato fries have been cooking for 10 minutes on 425. So you can see they've started to get some brown on them. And what I'm going to do is just toss them around a little bit. And this is where most people make the mistake with potato fries. First of all, they don't turn the oven up high enough, because 425 sounds a little scary. When you've been living in 350 for a long time, 425 will scare you. But 425 gets you crispy roasted vegetables, and it gets you crispy baked fries. So, tossing them around. And one thing you want to make sure when you're putting your sweet potatoes on the baking pan, and even once you're done tossing them, you want to make sure that they're not just stacked up on top of each other. They need to have kind of their own little space. They don't have to be separated completely, but they don't need to be really stacked and just thrown on top of each other. Looking good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these potato fries back in for 5 minutes, just 5 more minutes. These take 15 minutes to cook, and then that'll just give them that extra time and extra heat and extra crisp that's going to make them really delicious. The baked sweet potato fries are out of the oven. They look delicious. They're brown. They've got that good caramelization from the brown sugar, and they've got just that sweet and salty flavor to them. I just love these, and I know that these can be a great, easy side dish that tastes really good, and they're also really healthy, and that's pretty much what we're all looking for. So give these a try. I think you and your family will really like them.